This year we made these styrofoam trays to hold the cups we plant our seeds or sprouts in, whichever way you want to do it. Take a black seed starting tray, put it where you want it, put about 1.5 inches, 2 inches of water in it, drop one of these styrofoam trays in it, and then place the cups with your plants into the holes. And the water wicks up through the bottom of the cup. And I've never done this before. I don't know if it's going to work or not, but giving it a try. So the first thing we did was measure the black trays that we have, and we found that some of them are a little different in size. But a 19.5 by 9.5 inch piece of styrofoam would fit in them all. So we made some 19.5 by 9.5 rectangles. These styrofoam cup holders are 2¼ inches thick. I made them by gluing 3 layers of 3/4 inch thick styrofoam together, and we used Glidden Gripper primer to do it. You don't have to glue layers of styrofoam together. If you can find some 2 inch or 2.5 inch styrofoam, go ahead and use that. This is just something I found at Home Depot that was really cheap, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money on this thing in case it didn't work. The one important thing is you want the bottoms of your cups to be flush with the bottom of the styrofoam when you're done cutting your holes. We got this package of foam insulation at Home Depot for about $7. It contains 6 pieces that are 3/4 inch thick by 14.5 inches wide and 48 inches long. You can get 2 9.5 by 19 inch pieces out of each panel. Here's one all marked out. Take one of your 9.5 by 19 inch cutouts and spread some Glidden Gripper paint on it. Then, using the scrap pieces from the panel you cut it out of, place them on top of it. Put some Glidden Gripper paint on that. And then take your last 9.5 by 19 inch and a half panel and place it on top. Put a weight on them and let them sit overnight. We used a couple of gallons of water. The next day, draw a line down the dead center of your panel the long way, and then a line 1.75 inches in from each long edge. By the way, all these measurements are for 5-ounce cups. Now measure in 1.5 inches from the short end and draw a line. And then measure 2 3/4 inches from that line and draw another one. And then from that line, measure 2 3/4 inches and draw another one, and just continue doing that all the way across the panel. To find out what size hole saw you need to cut the holes in the foam and still keep the bottoms of the cup flush with the bottoms of the foam panels, take the panel and place it on something level and put a cup right up against it. Take a magic marker and rest it on the edge of the foam so that the tip is touching the cup, and spin the cup and draw a line all the way around. Then take a pair of scissors and cut along the line and cut the top off. Now find a hole saw that's about the same size as the wide end of the cup you just cut. Take your hole saw and cut out where all the lines intersect. And do it outside. It's really messy. The other thing is you're going to have to drill through from both sides. And when we did them, the outside rows cut through fine, but the middle row, the paint was still wet, and that's why the hole saw is kind of white. I would recommend, after one day of drying, taking a 1/4 inch or 3/16 inch drill and drilling a hole where each one of the lines intersects all the way through, and letting them sit a few days so they can dry better. And last but not least, take a stack of cups and drill a hole through the bottom of them. This is a 3/16 inch drill bit. You could use 1/8. It's just a small hole to allow the water to wick up through. And remember, you don't trim the cups. We only trim that one cup to get the correct size hole saw. When we place the cup with our planted seeds into the trays, we wet them from the top with a basting bulb. And we didn't do it again. It was just to stop the seeds from drying out. The water wicks up from the bottom after that. I've included links for how we sprouted the seeds and planted them. I hope this works out for you. Please comment, rate, or subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye.